The question, does money bring happiness, is a universal topic that spans generations, cultures, and various areas of knowledge. From ancient times to the present day, this question continues to be the subject of intense debate and reflection, involving psychologists, economists, philosophers, sociologists, behavioral scientists, and even artists, each offering valuable insights from their own perspectives. This discussion, however, does not present a simple or definitive answer, as the relationship between money and happiness is remarkably complex and multifaceted. On the one hand, money is an essential resource to guarantee basic needs, such as food, housing, health, and education, which are fundamental to human well-being. On the other hand, happiness is a subjective concept, which varies from individual to individual and is deeply rooted in emotional experiences, interpersonal relationships, life purposes, and personal achievements. Thus, while some people may find happiness in financial security, others seek it in aspects that go far beyond the material. It is important to consider the different factors that shape this connection. Studies in psychology and behavioral economics indicate that there is a certain level of income that contributes to increased happiness, especially in contexts where there is a scarcity of basic resources. However, once a certain level of comfort is reached, the impact of money on happiness tends to diminish, being replaced by other elements, such as the quality of relationships, free time, work-life balance, and a sense of fulfillment. In addition, the perception of what is enough varies according to culture, personal values, and life circumstances. In some societies, financial success is seen as synonymous with happiness and fulfillment, while in others, values such as connection with nature, spirituality, and a sense of community play a more significant role. This diversity of perspectives reveals that the relationship between money and happiness cannot be generalized or reduced to a universal formula. Therefore, when exploring this topic, it is essential to adopt a broad and integrative approach, taking into account both the objective and subjective aspects of human life. Understanding how money influences our sense of happiness requires a close look at the individual and collective nuances that shape our aspirations, choices, and priorities. Thus, this discussion not only enriches our understanding of human nature, but also invites us to reflect on what really matters in our search for a full and meaningful life. Money and basic needs. Reflections on its importance in everyday life. In essence, money is a means of meeting basic needs and ensuring a minimum quality of life. It enables access to fundamental items, such as food, housing, health, and education, essential pillars for physical and emotional well-being. However, when it is absent, it can trigger a series of difficulties that transcend the material, deeply affecting interpersonal relationships, self-esteem, and even human dignity. Think of a family that, due to a lack of resources, cannot pay the electricity bill and is forced to have dinner by candlelight. This scenario, which could be associated with a romantic or cozy dinner in other circumstances, is, in this case, a symbol of deprivation. The discomfort of not being able to use household appliances, the constant fear of not being able to pay other bills, and the feeling of helplessness in the face of the situation are emotions that leave deep marks. Consider the parents who have to tell their children that there will be no presents for their birthdays or Christmases. Imagine the pain in their eyes as they try to explain the absence of something that, in another reality, would be trivial. For children, it can be difficult to understand why dreams wrapped in colorful wrapping paper do not come true, while for parents, the feeling of failure is compounded, even though they know they are doing the best with what they have. These examples lead us to an essential question. How does a lack of money impact not only the physical well-being, but also the emotional health of an individual or an entire family? Without a doubt, living in constant scarcity puts at risk not only the ability to meet immediate needs, but also hope and self-esteem. However, money is not only a shield against deprivation, it also offers opportunities that can transform lives. With sufficient resources, it is possible to invest in quality education, providing a better future for your children. It is possible to create memories on a family trip, where the focus is on coexistence and strengthening bonds. Having money also means the chance to explore hobbies, finance personal projects, or even help others who are in vulnerable situations. In this sense, another reflection arises. What doors can money open in our daily lives, even in small amounts? It can guarantee a simple shared breakfast in a special place, a new outfit to boost confidence before a job interview, or even the opportunity to learn something new that boosts our career or well-being. Money can be essential in many contexts, not only to meet basic needs, but also to offer practical solutions and opportunities that can transform lives. Here are more examples that illustrate its importance. 1. Health and medical emergencies. The vital role of money. Health is one of the fundamental pillars of quality of life, And in many cases, money is the deciding factor between having or not having access to treatments that can save or transform lives. Imagine a person diagnosed with a serious illness that requires urgent surgery, such as an organ transplant or the removal of a tumor. Without financial resources, this person may face almost insurmountable barriers. In many countries, public health systems, although essential, suffer from long waiting lists, a lack of modern equipment and insufficient infrastructure to meet demand. In this scenario, delays in treatment can turn a treatable condition into something irreversible. Having money, on the other hand, offers immediate access to private hospitals, where response times are significantly shorter. In addition, it allows the choice of specialist doctors, access to advanced technologies, and a more comfortable recovery. For example, while surgery in a public hospital can take months to be performed, in a private hospital, the procedure can be performed in days, increasing the chances of success. Another crucial aspect is access to medicines. Many diseases require expensive medicines that are beyond the reach of those who rely exclusively on public systems. Patients with chronic conditions, such as diabetes, cancer, or autoimmune diseases, often need continuous medication, some of which can cost thousands of reais per month. Without money, these people are often forced to interrupt or reduce their treatment, seriously compromising their health. In addition, advances in medicine have brought new treatment options, such as immunotherapies and gene therapies, which offer hope for conditions previously considered incurable. However, these innovative treatments are often extremely expensive and not widely available in public networks. For those who have money, these options can represent a new lease on life. For those who do not, they remain out of reach. This is not just about medical emergencies. Many health conditions require ongoing follow-up, such as physiotherapy, occupational therapy, or psychological support. Think of a patient who has been in a car accident and needs months, or even years, of physiotherapy to regain movement. In public systems, sessions may be insufficient or spaced out, compromising recovery progress. Having money allows you to hire private physiotherapists and ensure adequate and consistent treatment. The same applies to mental health, which is often neglected. Problems such as anxiety, depression, or trauma can be devastating if left untreated. However, psychological or psychiatric therapy sessions, as well as mental health medications, can be expensive and inaccessible to a large part of the population. Money, in this case, not only facilitates access to treatment, but can be the difference between living with quality or suffering in silence. In more extreme situations, such as pandemics or epidemics, the role of money in health becomes even more evident. People with financial resources can access vaccines quickly, get tests in private laboratories, and, if necessary, travel to places where the health system is in better conditions. Meanwhile, low-income communities often face the greatest impacts, with less access to preventive measures and treatments. Now imagine a situation that may seem more commonplace. A person has persistent abdominal pain and needs an imaging test, such as an MRI, to diagnose the problem. In public systems, this test can take months to perform, while an early diagnosis can be essential to avoid complications. Having money allows you to have the test done on the same day in a private clinic, identify the cause of the problem quickly, and start treatment before the situation worsens. These examples illustrate how money can be essential to ensuring access to adequate and timely health care. Lack of financial resources not only deprives people of treatment, but also prolongs suffering, increases the risk of complications, and compromises quality of life. However, this also leads us to a deeper reflection. Why is health, which should be a universal right, still so dependent on each individual's economic situation? This inequality is a reminder that, although money is a solution to many health problems, it is also a reflection of the structural inequalities that we need to address as a society. The question is therefore not just about what money can buy, but about how to ensure that everyone, regardless of their financial situation, has access to decent, safe, and efficient healthcare. This reflection invites us to think, what can we do, individually and collectively, to reduce these barriers and promote a world where the right to health is within everyone's reach? 2. Education and future opportunities. The transformative impact of money. Education is one of the most important pillars for building a prosperous society and for individual development. It not only prepares individuals for the job market, but also shapes their worldview, stimulates critical thinking, and expands opportunities for personal and professional growth. However, the quality of education that a person has access to is often determined by their financial situation, and money can make a decisive difference in this regard. Consider a family that wants to provide their children with a high-quality education. Private schools often have better resources compared to public institutions, such as smaller class sizes, highly qualified teachers, and access to up-to-date teaching materials. In addition, they offer extracurricular activities that can enrich children's education, such as music, theater, sports, and robotics classes. These experiences not only contribute to academic learning, but also help develop social skills, leadership, and creativity, essential elements for adult life. On the other hand, without money, many families have to opt for public schools, which, although they play a crucial role, often face challenges such as lack of resources, inadequate infrastructure, and overcrowded classrooms. This does not mean that a child in a public school cannot succeed, but limited access to extra opportunities can hinder their path, making it more challenging to compete on an equal footing with those who have had more privileges. Proficiency in other languages, especially English, is increasingly an indispensable differentiator in the globalized job market. Quality language courses are expensive and often inaccessible to low-income families. However, for those who can invest, learning a new language broadens horizons and opens doors in various areas, such as technology, international trade, tourism, and science. Imagine a young person who grew up in an environment where language learning was valued and financially viable. Not only will they have more opportunities to study or work abroad, but they will also feel more confident interacting with people from different cultures and building a global network of contacts. We live in an era where technology is essential for learning. Computers, tablets, and high-speed internet access are indispensable tools for modern education. With money, parents can provide their children with not only the necessary devices, but also access to online learning platforms, such as virtual classes, specialized courses, and digital libraries. Now think about the reality of a child who does not have a computer at home or has to share a single device with the entire family. The difficulties in studying online, following video classes, or doing research become immense, creating a chasm between them and those who have unrestricted access to these resources. This digital gap, known as the digital divide, is one of the biggest challenges of the contemporary education system. Money also allows young people to experience life-changing experiences, such as cultural and academic exchanges. Studying abroad, even for a short period, offers much more than academic learning. It is an opportunity to immerse yourself in a new culture, to learn languages directly in the context in which they are spoken, and to develop skills such as autonomy, resilience, and adaptability. Access to renowned universities often depends on excellent prior preparation, which includes private lessons, preparatory courses, and specialized materials. These options are often inaccessible to low-income families, creating an additional obstacle for talented young people who wish to enter elite institutions. On the other hand, those who can invest in their children's education have the possibility of guaranteeing differentiated academic support, increasing their chances of success in entrance exams, public exams, and international exams, such as the TOEFL, SAT, or IELTS. Think of a family that is able to save and invest in their children's education. Access to good schools and additional opportunities can allow these young people to excel in their fields, get better jobs, and eventually provide an even better life for their own children. This virtuous cycle demonstrates how investing in education can transform not just one life, but entire generations. 3. Support in times of crisis. The crucial role of money in rebuilding a life. Moments of crisis, such as natural disasters, accidents, or serious unforeseen events, can completely transform a family's life in a matter of hours. Situations such as floods, fires, earthquakes, or even economic crises can destroy not only material goods, but also the emotional stability and security of those facing these adversities. In this context, money is more than just a resource. It is a powerful tool for recovery, reconstruction, and a new beginning. Imagine a family that loses their home and all their belongings in a devastating flood. Without money, immediate options are limited. These people often depend on temporary shelters, donations of clothing and food, and help from friends or humanitarian organizations. Although these forms of assistance are essential, they rarely meet long-term needs, such as rebuilding a home or replacing furniture and appliances. On the other hand, those with financial resources or access to insurance can act quickly. Money allows families to rent new temporary housing, buy basic items to get back to their routine, hire professionals to rebuild their home, and even buy lost assets, such as documents or work tools. This speedy recovery is crucial to minimizing the emotional and financial impact of a disaster. Residential fires. A home destroyed by fire means the loss of assets accumulated over years, including items of sentimental and practical value. Those with home insurance or savings can begin the rebuilding process immediately, while families without resources face years of struggle to rebuild what was lost. Personal economic crises. Losing a job or facing a significant reduction in income is another type of crisis that can shake family stability. Having a financial reserve allows people to cover basic expenses while they look for new opportunities, reducing stress and the risk of debt. In addition to helping with recovery, money also plays a preventive role in times of crisis. People with financial resources can invest in health, life, home, and auto insurance, ensuring protection in unexpected situations. These insurance policies act as a safety net, covering expenses that many families would be unable to afford in times of emergency. Another example of prevention is the maintenance of essential goods. A family with resources can invest in regular maintenance of their home, preventing structural damage that could be aggravated in situations of natural disasters, such as storms or earthquakes. Likewise, investing in technology and infrastructure, such as solar energy systems or generators, can make a vital difference in times of crisis, ensuring greater autonomy and stability. Moments of crisis do not only affect material life. The emotional impact is equally devastating. The feeling of helplessness and insecurity when losing everything can lead to trauma, anxiety, and even depression. Money, in this context, offers more than material comfort. It provides a sense of control and autonomy that can significantly alleviate the psychological burden of a crisis. For example, a family that can quickly find a new home, replace essential goods, and resume their routine reduces the emotional impact of the situation, especially for children, who need stability to feel safe. This reality leads us to ask, how can we create more inclusive and fair systems that protect the most vulnerable people during crises? Government assistance programs, access to subsidized insurance, and community solidarity initiatives are some ways to reduce this inequality and ensure that everyone has the chance to recover with dignity. Ultimately, the role of money in times of crisis is not only to restore what was lost, but also to offer a second chance. It makes it possible to start over more quickly, safely, and with dignity, alleviating not only the material damage, but also the emotional impacts that mark these situations. After all, in times of adversity, money is not just a resource. It is a hope for a new beginning and for rebuilding one's life. 4. Investing in well-being and leisure. Money plays an essential role in providing access to moments of leisure and rest, crucial elements for maintaining emotional balance and mental health. Family trips, for example, not only provide a break from routine, but also strengthen bonds, create lasting memories, and offer enriching experiences. Simpler activities, such as going to the cinema, can be an opportunity to disconnect from daily worries and immerse yourself in stories that inspire or entertain. Likewise, practicing sports, in addition to its physical benefits, acts as an emotional escape valve, relieving stress and promoting general well-being. Even small luxuries, such as a dinner at a special restaurant, can transform an ordinary day into a memorable occasion, offering moments of pleasure and connection with loved ones. These experiences, big or small, not only bring joy, but also contribute to a higher quality of life. Investing in leisure is investing in happiness and balance. It's about allowing yourself a well-deserved break, which recharges your batteries and helps you face the challenges of everyday life with more energy and clarity. 5. Supporting others. Having money doesn't just mean meeting your own needs. It also offers the opportunity to transform the lives of those around you. Imagine, for example, a close friend facing financial difficulties due to a medical emergency. Counting on your support to pay for part of the treatment can not only ease the financial burden, but also provide hope at a difficult time. In addition, money can be a powerful tool for positively impacting entire communities. Consider the impact of regular donations to charities that provide food, shelter, and education to people in vulnerable situations. A donation may seem small in the short term, but consistent contributions help create sustainable changes and impact the lives of many people. Another form of support is financing social projects, such as building schools in underprivileged areas or encouraging environmental preservation initiatives. These investments not only help directly, but also generate long-term benefits for the communities involved. Help can also come in more personal ways, such as funding the education of a talented young person who would otherwise not have access to a good academic education. By investing in someone's education, you are not only changing the trajectory of a life, but also contributing to a brighter future for society as a whole. Having financial resources means being able to lend a helping hand, whether in times of crisis or in building a better world. This type of support creates a cycle of generosity, strengthening human bonds and spreading positive impact across different spheres of life. 6. Protection and security. Having money is more than just a comfort. It acts as a shield against life's unforeseen events, providing protection and peace of mind in the face of unexpected situations. Imagine, for example, the relief of knowing that you have a financial reserve capable of covering unexpected expenses, such as repairing a car that broke down on a trip or paying for urgent medical treatment for yourself or a loved one. These resources not only solve the problem quickly, but also prevent you from having to resort to last-minute loans, which often come with high interest rates and debt. Financial security also extends to more complex moments, such as periods of unemployment. A person with a financial reserve can maintain their essential expenses, such as rent, food, and household bills, while looking for a new job opportunity. This reduces anxiety and allows for a more strategic search, without the pressure of accepting the first available offer, which is not always the ideal one. In addition, having money saved allows for long-term planning, which brings a sense of stability to the entire family. One example is creating an emergency fund, which can be used for unexpected expenses or even to support important transitions, such as a career change or the decision to start your own business. Another advantage of having financial security is the ability to deal with everyday unforeseen events without compromising your planned budget. Whether it's an expense for urgent home repairs, such as a leak that needs immediate repair, or the replacement of an essential appliance, such as a refrigerator or stove, having resources for these situations prevents unnecessary stress and worries. More than just easing moments of crisis, money gives you the freedom to make decisions calmly and clearly. For example, a person who is financially stable can choose to invest in moving to another city, in search of better opportunities, without the constant fear of depleting their savings. This freedom of choice is one of the greatest benefits of financial security, as it expands possibilities and reduces the emotional impact of unexpected challenges. This protection is not only individual, but also reflects on the lives of the people around you. A family with solid financial planning can offer greater security to its members, ensuring everything from the education of their children to the necessary assistance in times of crisis. Having money set aside means living with more peace of mind, knowing that life's unforeseen events will not have the power to completely destabilize your emotional and financial balance. This peace of mind is, without a doubt, one of the greatest benefits that financial security can provide. 7. Business and entrepreneurship. Money plays a fundamental role for those who want to undertake, transforming ideas into reality and dreams into concrete opportunities. Opening a business requires initial investments in different areas that are essential for its operation and success. For example, it is necessary to invest in infrastructure, such as renting or purchasing a physical space, acquiring equipment, and preparing the work environment to meet the needs of customers or production. In addition, marketing is essential for any business, regardless of size or sector. Creating a visual identity, developing advertising strategies, investing in online and offline campaigns, and reaching potential customers require financial resources. Without these efforts, even a promising business can remain unknown, limiting its chances of growth and success. Money is also needed to acquire initial inventory, especially in businesses that deal with physical products. Imagine a store that needs to offer a sufficient variety to meet initial demand. Without an investment in merchandise, it is difficult to attract customers or establish a solid operating base. This also applies to services, which often require adequate tools and technology to be provided with quality. Another crucial aspect of entrepreneurship is the adoption of technology. In today's world, having a strong digital presence is no longer optional, but essential. A well-structured website, an efficient e-commerce platform, and management systems that automate tasks are examples of technological investments that require financial resources, but that bring a significant return over time. In addition to the initial investment, money is also needed to sustain the business during the first months or years, when the financial return may be limited. A capital reserve allows the entrepreneur to cover operating expenses, such as salaries, utility bills, and inventory replenishment, while the business is still gaining traction in the market. When financing is adequate, the benefits can be broad and long-lasting. A well-structured small business has the potential to grow, create jobs, and transform the economic reality of a community. Imagine, for example, a neighborhood restaurant that starts small but, over time, grows and employs dozens of people, adding value to the region where it is located and attracting new customers. In addition, successful ventures often encourage the emergence of new businesses in the surrounding area, creating vibrant economic ecosystems. A small market that thrives in an area can open the way for local suppliers, transporters, and service providers to also grow, promoting a cycle of development that benefits the entire community. It is important to remember that access to financial resources can be obtained in many ways, such as personal savings, loans, investors, or entrepreneurship incentive programs. Each of these options requires careful planning, but, when used well, provides the necessary foundation for the entrepreneur to get their ideas off the ground. Starting a business with adequate financial resources is not just about generating profits, but also about making dreams come true, impacting lives, and contributing to the economy as a whole. Successful businesses start with a purpose and gain strength with the right investments, proving that money, when strategically directed, can be a powerful driver of social and economic transformation. These examples show that money, although not an end in itself, is a powerful tool that influences practically every aspect of life. The big question is, how can we use it wisely to maximize not only material comfort, but also quality of life, emotional well-being, and opportunities for personal and collective growth? At the same time, it is worth considering, does the incessant search for money as an end in itself distance us from what really matters? The balance between meeting needs, taking advantage of the opportunities that money brings, and valuing immaterial aspects of life, such as relationships and mental health, seems to be the most important point of reflection. Therefore, money as a tool is a valuable resource for ensuring dignity, comfort, and possibilities. But it also challenges us to reflect. How can we use it in a way that maximizes not only material well-being, but also emotional and social fulfillment? What choices can we make to find a balance between what we want and what we really need? These are questions that everyone, at some point in their lives, needs to answer.